Hey everyone, welcome back to Death Must Die's Act 3. Today we're going to jump on Avaron and see how he fares against Act 3 in the new patch. We're going to use this defensive setup. We're going to go in with the Equilibrium and Guardian Angel. We're going to go in with Divine Protection. Then we've just gone down this part of the tree with Vanguard down to Avenger. This part for Life and Restores. And we're going to take Devotion. And then we're going to just take more armor down here. Now, I haven't really played very much on Avaron yet, so I don't really have the most min-maxed setup. But, as I said, we are going to use Equilibrium. We're going to use Big Head here as well. So we get the negative 30 experience, but we get 300 armor, which is pretty crazy. So we're going to counteract that a little bit with the 60% from the Mausoleum of Eyes. We cannot be offered Master Blessings, but because of the skill tree, we will be able to upgrade to them if we so choose. The rest of the build is to just complement what we're doing. We're just going to try and be as tanky as possible and out-heal everything in Act 3 here. So, to that end, I got this chest piece on 2 revives, 150 armor, life, and heal on level up. This jewel over here is providing us life regeneration and chance to heal on kill. This one over here is giving us a big 46.8% attack speed roll with a little bit of life and some rerolls there. Now, I put this ring on because we didn't have very many ults on the build, so I felt it was necessary just to complement what we're doing here. And we are going to put the sloth on for this one, as we do want some way of getting extra damage as we go through the run here. Going to round it out with a chance to heal 1 life on attack hit as well. And I just don't have any better boots, as I have not really played Avaron very much in Act 3 just yet. So this build is not min-maxed in the slightest. However, it is very, very powerful, and I'll show you, you can just basically out-tank everything here in Act 3. Once we get it fully min-maxed, I am sure that this build can absolutely stomp Darkness 100. We're doing Darkness 64, the video today. So if you enjoy this one, guys, smash like and subscribe for me. Let's get into it. So with this sort of build, you can just run around between the nodes farming. You don't have to concentrate on the enemies, or if you really want to, you can stand still. Okay, well, you have less than 35% life gain, attack damage. It's not too bad, but we could do more life regen when we get low. Or do we want to take it? We'll take the attack damage. We'll take the damage multiplied. How about with the bosses? So the bosses aren't hard, but they can take a while because we've gone for a full tank setup here, right? Okay, Justice is pretty good. We like Merciful. You know what? Since we have about 14% chance for purples, we're going to try and get it at purple. Here we go. Going to take it for Weakened. Weakened is pretty nice. You can take another attack. Someone with attack area or I mean, you don't want to take someone's attack, but someone for attack speed is always good. All these sorts of setups with Justice is really nice too. Okay. Could take move speed. Let's just take move speed. We don't really need it that much, but getting between the shrines slightly faster, you know. Yeah, so this sort of setup is hilarious for out-tanking pretty much everything Act 3 has to throw at you, at least at this this darkness level. As I said before, we do not have min-max T3 gear for this character yet, so we'll revisit this one at Darkness 100 in the future. But I did want to talk a little bit about Death Must Die's Act 3 while we're going on in this run here, because it's only been an interesting patch launch, right? They made 2 emergency oh crap kind of patches already to nerf Act 3. Some of the build, it's becoming pretty clear to me that some of the characters and builds are wildly unbalanced yet again, which is kind of weird since we went through the balancing and stuff, all in the second half of Act 2 with the procedural patch and all that, right? So to have these heavy armor characters just be so tanky, and have these light armor characters be super squishy, and rely on the revives, I don't think it feels that great. We'll definitely take a purple war pact right here. That's great. Any extra boss damage just to move things along will be fantastic. Yeah, so it turns out these heavy armor characters are very powerful in Act 3 because they are so tanky, they can actually out-heal all the crazy shenanigans coming at you, right? Whereas I've been playing on Maris for the last like day or two, and I'm like, man, I'm struggling to clear like D90 on some of these builds. Telekinesis and sloth interaction also appears to be bugged, so you can't really use that. Let's see, gain damage. Let's just take versus undamaged, I guess. We'll take that. Nothing really helps with the bosses that much there, so. Yeah, but these light armor characters, they struggle to get their health totals, especially if you don't have T2 items that you farmed last patch, right? If you only have T3 items, it's hard to get their HP pulls above like 200 to 230 or so. Now you could argue that, well, you have to if you're out damaging everything anyway, then does your life pool really matter? But some of these setups as well were also nerfed significantly, right? So it's the double combo here now of not being able to roll much life on your gear, having to rely on the revives, which I don't think necessarily feels that great. Especially if Frog Boy takes your 2 revives, it almost feels like you may as well just reset at that point. Because the second and third boss can very easily deal 200 damage to you and take you out. Which kind of incentivizes these types of builds that can just like boss melt in like 5 seconds or whatever, right? 5 to 10 seconds. That which it feels like we're kind of back to where Act 2 was when it sort of launched, which was unbalanced and then they changed anyway. So it just kind of feels like we've come full circle in a bit of a way that it's a bit of a letdown in a little bit of a way, you know what I mean? I don't know. It is what it is. I'll get over it. But it's interesting to sort of think about. We would like to grab Summer for attack speed if we can here. But we'll take that for now. Yeah, so with this sort of build though, you really don't have to even fight them if you don't want to. We don't need levels we don't really need that many levels. And once we find a magnet out in the world here, we can scoop up all the XP anyway. So it does pay to try and boost off these as we go. Max life for attack damage. Oh, I don't know if I want that one. Cooldown reduction for damage. Why don't we take that? It's a nice little chunk of damage there. Yeah, so with this sort of build, it makes more sense to just try and farm the nodes and power up that way. And once we find some magnets, we can scoop up all the excessive XP lying around anyway. So, where are we? Okay. Black Nova heals. I don't think we're evading all that much, but I'll take the extra heals. Yeah, but Avaron, man. As I said before, I was messing around with some of the Meros builds, and she's pretty good up until about D80, where she feels like she starts struggling, at least with my current gear. This stuff is all pointless, so we'll just move on. Yeah, as soon as I switch over to Avaron, it's like, oh, he basically never dies. He basically never takes damage. And there's also we're not even using the cheesy chest piece unique that converts your armor into life. It can give you like thousands of life points as well, right? I think there's a pretty crazy Kront setup that we haven't done yet. We could maybe suss that out for the next video on the channel, but I was just messing around, and even with crappy gear that I have, it's like I can get the HP to like 3,000 something. Now you do have to give up armor on him, right? But he gets passive health regen in his skill tree based on his max life. So you are healing like, even on just 3k, it was like I was healing 6 or 7 a second or something. So even if you're getting hit for these big like hits of like 70, 80 damage or whatever, you can just out heal it in a few seconds. My issue with Kront is that I just don't have particularly great gear on him. That's my my main thing with him at the moment. So we'll have to jump on Kront Boy and do some farming to get him more powerful. And we can also farm on Avaron while we do that, because he's heavy armor as well. Avaron, I don't know if they have very many interesting unique weapons in Act 3. I haven't really seen any for For the heavy armor characters, I've got one for Lorien. I got one for Skadi we haven't used yet. Can try I haven't even tried Skadi yet. There's so much stuff that I haven't even tried in this patch too, so I don't want to be like give it like a full review sort of thing this early on when I feel like I haven't really discovered everything yet still. Which I guess is one of the cool things about a loot-based game like this. There are many different combinations and all that sort of stuff, and it does take time to really learn and that sort of stuff. And I was a bit stubborn. I wanted to I wanted to do it on Marius first, but I was really struggling to progress after a certain point. All right, boss battle. Here we go. This is literally the fight. Okay. Funny little trivia thing here. So, if you just stand right next to him doing this the whole time, he will never spawn ads. He'll spew on you, sure, but he will legitimately never spawn his ads. So, it's a free kill on Avaron. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, about that. Anyway, we will want to power up a bit more before Tree Boy, because Tree Boy has a good amount more health than this dude. Alright, Frog King, it was nice knowing ya. Alright, let's move on with our day. Let's try and find a magnet out here so we can scoop up some more XP, because we haven't been concentrating on leveling at all. We're level 5 still, guys, and we're just casually face tanking the boss. That's hilarious. As I said, though, we'd like to get our attack... Oh, look, here's a magnet. We'd like to get our attack leveled up here, which is Justice. We took Justice as attack, so... we don't even have a third god yet, too, which is kind of hilarious. We'd prefer Summer. Or would we prefer Execution? We could take XP and just try and level more instead. Alright. We can try that. I tried it with Summer last time to get the extra attack speed, so you know what? We'll see how big of a difference it makes. We can try and get Bloodlust from Cromboy here, but we can't take any strikes or anything with our gear loadout, so it's not really any good ways to put the rough shit out there. So, yeah. But hey, we just got a Master Execution, so I guess we try. Maybe we stay and fight then for a little bit and try and level up, huh? But our build is designed to tank, not to fight. So, you know. Crucial Katana of Persistence. Yeah, as you can see, we really don't damage very quickly, so there's that. I mean, we didn't spec for DPS pretty much anywhere. We've got what we want from her, I think. I mean, we could take something like Lifelink, I guess. You know what? Purple Lifelink might be alright to add to our setup here. We can heal when we're under 35%. Might be nice for the boss fights, actually. So, you know what? Let's do that. Dashing is certainly not the priority in this setup, but that's alright. So as I said, you can just stand and fight if you really want to, or you can run between the nodes and farm that way. I personally prefer node running because you will find magnets every so often, so you'll be able to scoop up a good amount of XP. And as I said before, on this setup, we are so tanky that what does it really matter? we're designed to out tank, not to out damage. You know what I mean? It's the opposite of these super high DPS kind of builds. But Immortal Avaron seems to be alive and kicking. We're not even using Justice's like powers and stuff, right? Which we could totally be doing as well. We would have to give up. Which one is it? Yeah, this one here. Have to give up the Sloth. This is where we're getting some of our extra damage from in this. Oh, you know what? We can take it to Master here. Why not? I prefer be upping my attacks here, realistically, though. But since we got the Master upgrade, I guess we'll take it there. So we do have 4 minutes, so yeah, let's try and level our attacks a bit here if we can. Get over to Justice. Potentially find some more XP if we node farm too. It's one of the other reasons node farming is pretty useful. You actually get quite a few XP drops in these Act 3 nodes, which is pretty cool, so... I'd be curious to know what setups have gotten you the most successful runs thus far. So my favorite one has been the Dash Merit, but I don't know, at least with my current gear, it seems to cap out at about D80. Kind of struggling with D90 at the moment, so that's been my favorite one. I don't know if it's been the strongest. I think the new character, some of the druid stuff where you can out heal is pretty crazy. Hey, it's pretty nutso. But then again, Avaron here can out heal with a lot of T2 gear equipped, so that says something about Mr. Avaron in this patch. Alright, well. Okay, evasion? Heal off 9. What do we want? A bit of damage. Maybe some evasion stacking? Just to try and stay alive. Why not? Okay, more heals. It's always nice to see those when we're doing what we're doing here. Okay, we'll take the ults here, I think. Since we didn't even come in here with very many. Can try get over to Justice again. Okay, so if you didn't want to use the Sloth, you could totally take Justice's power, retribution, and all that stuff to become even tankier. And I'm not sure... Oh, here we go, 300 XP. Let's take this. Okay, War Pact. Do we want to go Justice? War Pact is pretty good too, because the boss specifically. Okay, here, maybe we roll for Justice. We could try for a Heroes. A Heroes Purple might be really nice. If we can get it. If we can get it. It rolled everything but it. Oh no. Alright. Alright, whatever. We wasted heaps there, it doesn't matter. We'll go Justice, it doesn't matter. Alright. With Lifelink too, we wouldn't mind leveling Lifelink a bit as well, but... yeah, we wouldn't really level super fast in this run. Okay, locations being rarer or damage here? Let's go locations being rarer for the fun here. Maybe taking damage there would have made more sense, but... Let's go the locations. Let's see what we can get. Okay, max life. Max life in our situation here is probably the strongest thing. Because we didn't come in here with very much life total at all. Okay. Okay, these guys can be super annoying. On this build, we can out-tank them, but... We can also just run away. Here's the thing, in Act 3, they changed it so when the bosses spawn, all the enemies disappear. So if there are some enemies that are particularly annoying, and you can out-tank them or out-heal them, just do it. Just run away until the boss, and then you don't have to deal with them, you know what I'm saying? As long as they're not killing you. As you can see, they're not even like bothering. Okay, we've got a damage though for the boss. I guess we'll hang around here. See if we can kill him within a reasonable amount of time. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Tree Boy, for this setup, it does take a bit of time because he has a bit of health on him. And we're not doing like a Thorns type of build or something. Which we could try on Avaron in the future too. That sounds actually pretty fun. I haven't really messed around too much with Thorns. I did the Black Rose, what's it called? Desert Rose Immortal build back in Act 2. That was really fun, but... It was super cheesy. Darkness 100, we cleared it, but it was... Yeah, it was definitely cheesy, I'll say that. I think the final boss took us like 5 minutes or something, and just out-tanking him. And we propped our 50-50 chance to revive on death in that battle too. That was epic, but... we could try the Desert Rose in this patch, I guess. As you can see, these guys are being annoying, but we pretty much can out-tank everything, except when they slow me down. What the hell? I hate these debuffs in Act 3, man. Some of them are so annoying, hey. Alright, do we just lifelink? You know what? Let's do it. Lifelink may actually be really strong on Avaron here. I didn't really think about it until literally this run that we're doing here. So, okay. on, buddy. It's alright, push me around with you. That works for me. Okay. Yeah, we can totally just out tank him if we just stand still too. Okay, hey, come back, dude. Where are you? Okay, here we go. So yeah, Avaron in this patch is pretty insane. I think the 3 strongest characters are Druid, Avaron, and Kront, at least thus far. Maybe Lorien has some strong setups too, but he's squishy, you know what I'm saying? So you have to build him for survivability as well. Because these guys, they're just so tanky by default now. I don't know. Feels pretty crazy, some of these heavy armor setups right here, but I mean, look at this. This is just like easy mode. I mean, it took us a minute or whatever, but come here for the final kill. There we go. I'll take my gear. Thank you. All right. Onwards. Let's try and farm some more nodes here. All right, these dudes can be a little bit annoying, especially when you get slowed, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see, we do just sort of heal back pretty much everything straight away here, which is fantastic. Alright, let's just look for some more nodes. We're pretty much just safe, so yeah, just ignore them, let them get hit when they get close to me. Okay, excuse me, Pumpkin Patch. Luck for 40 seconds? Sure. I've also been messing around a little bit with the unique relic that gives you 300% luck. Man, you can do some pretty pretty crazy things with that. At this point, a hero's journey still might be nice. I don't want to be devoted though. We'll spend our rolls trying to get it. Oh, there it is. Alright, just for the extra damage output, make the final boss go a bit quicker. Okay, this one gives us, what does it give us again? 300 XP. Yeah, we'll just take the experience. Warpact is good for the bosses. Okay. Continue on our business here. Alright guys, if you made it this far into the video, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Also, let me know how you're enjoying the act. I think it's definitely a bit up and down. I don't think we need the extra dash stuff or anything. Let's just take more XP. It definitely has had its ups and downs, I think, but it's still a fun game, you know what I mean? I still think the core gameplay systems and like building and stuff like that, I still think it's good. And if you're not fussed about pushing above like Darkness 50 or so, man, you can just have so much fun in this game without really having to worry about it being too crazy or anything. I think Darkness 100 is definitely pretty challenging. I know some of the super tryhards or whatever, or the people who do the no lifing 6,000 hours in the game or whatever, you know, they might tell you, well, just take armor, I guess. They might tell you that it's too easy or whatever, but I don't think there would be so many negative and mixed reviews on Steam if the majority of people thought that, right? And shout out goes to my bro Floof. He's such a nice dude, such a gentleman, always willing to have a chat and help a brother out if I need to ask him a question about Death Must Die, right? So shout out to those guys. They are super awesome dudes, but I don't really think it's good to have the game balanced around people who play the game non-stop for 3,000 hours or something. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I think there definitely is some strong setups, and I think some of the stuff that's bugged right now or broken, once that gets fixed, will also help out some of these builds too. On Merus, the interaction between Sloth and Telekinesis is bugged, which is really unfortunate because that combination has so much potential, but it gives, for whatever reason, it sets your, I don't know, it sets your damage to like negative 99. And the increases just don't seem to increase it. I don't think it's a visual bug because when you're in a run, you feel so weak. When you're using that combo, it's like, why aren't my casts doing anything? So I think it is a bug, but... So I think when some things like that are fixed up, I think I think some of my complaints will be resolved, you know what I mean? So I think they're things that can be fixed. The crowd control can be pretty not so still in some waves. You don't always get the crazy waves, but I mean sometimes you will. These guys can be pretty dang annoying too. We actually got a heal over here, so we could just try and kill him, then post up. Oh, we don't even need it. Look at this. Okay. Dash duration would be really nice on this kind of setup too, hey? No, we didn't even we didn't even need to pop the heal. That's hilarious. Alright, we could probably just completely AFK the final boss too, but we'll chase it around. It's gonna take a couple of minutes. Act 3. These green guys can be pretty brutal on some builds too, hey. I don't even know what they're meant to be, these... I don't know, they look like they're perhaps inspired by, like, amphibians, but I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. Okay, we've got a damage node over here for the boss, the final boss too. That's great. Buys Belt of Sovereignty. It's also true that I didn't play Death Must Die for, like... Well, I played a tiny bit, but, like, barely at all for 5 months or something, so I'm pretty out of practice. My dodging skills are definitely not on point in recent times, that's for sure. Okay, we got up to level 7, which is okay. We'd like it to be a bit higher, but we only got to level 21 in this run anyway, which was, I don't know, about what I expected, I guess. Either way, you know, we're doing pretty good here. So, final boss. We'll probably take... Oh, I didn't pop the node because I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever. It's going to take us an extra a couple of minutes now. That's fine, whatever. We have our dashes helping out here, though, which is nice. Come here. You just don't want to let her get away from you on a melee character. If she gets too far away, yeah, she'll start spamming her spells, and they're very dangerous. On a melee character, you want to be able to get close and preferably either dodge her swipes or just out-tank her like we're doing here. Okay, so you can definitely push this setup above Darkness 60. As I said, I do not have very much T3 gear for this character yet. This is actually only about the 3rd run or so I've done on this character. Man, I didn't realize how strong he was. No wonder people were saying Act 3 is easy. Yeah, on this character and some of the other characters maybe, but I don't know. My poor Maris feels like she got nerfed too hard. I don't know. I'll keep working on the Maris builds in the background, but for now we'll try some of the other characters. We'll try Kront Boy, and we'll do some more Druid stuff as well. I definitely want to try a Kront build next, as he is pretty insane at the moment. Look at this, we didn't even have to use a revive or anything. Come here. We didn't end up taking much extra attack speed, so we're attacking a little slow as well. But we're doing enough damage. The dash is actually ended up helping out here, so not a bad choice to take. And it does heal you when you're below, like, I think it's 35% health, 30 or 35%, something like that. But yeah, I think we never went below like 3/4 health in this run the entire time. That's crazy compared to having to use 2 revives, you know, and going through your entire life reserve on some of the other characters. But hey, it is what it is. Here we are. Absolutely smashed her. Let's go. It was a pretty fun run in the end, guys. Avaron is freaking insane in Act 3. Man, if you have not tried the heavy armor characters, I highly recommend. Let's have a look at the end screen here. We did basically no damage. Our Merciful did, 25. Our Lifelink ended up doing 10 mil, so you know what? It helped out. And, yeah, there you go. If you guys enjoyed that one, smash like and subscribe for me. Let me know what character or build you'd like to see next here in Death Must Die's Act 3. With that, I hope you all have a fantastic, amazing day wherever you are. Take it easy.